My name is Chuck Blevins. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager for Madden NFL 07. So with last year's Madden NFL 06 version, we talked to a lot of gamers after we shipped last year's product last August, and a couple of things that they were looking at in terms of looking ahead towards this year's product was features and new features within the games that were easy to play, made the game a lot more fun. And then secondly, more levels of depth, more depth in the current gen version of Madden, such as in Superstar mode, and then certainly more levels of depth in the Madden Next Gen version. So last year in Madden NFL 06, we addressed the passing game, which hadn't been addressed in terms of feature improvement in quite a few years. So this year, as part of the natural progression of improving the offensive game within Madden, we decided to tackle the running game and improve the running game features, but to a point where they were easy to implement, to use on the fly, were easy to learn, and also made the game a lot more fun to play. So some of the new features in the running game for Madden NFL 07 this year you can look forward to are lead blocker control. In the past versions of Madden, you were at the mercy of the AI controlling the blocking game for you, and it either worked or they were unsuccessful in providing an opening in the hole and in the running lane to allow you to run for daylight. This year, we allow the player to gain full control of the lead blocking control scheme, so you can block from the fullback position as a wide receiver, as a lineman, to control the level and the degree of blocking in this year's game to open the hole for you to then regain control of the running back and then run for the large gain. We've enhanced and improved upon last year's truck stick to allow for new levels of running back moves such as jukes and cuts, and all of those are implemented in depending on the type of running back that you use. So if you use a smaller, more elusive back like a Sean Alexander or a Warwick Dunn or a LaDainian Tomlinson, that right analog stick will cause moves that will create elusive moves and allow them to escape and elude tackles like they would in real life. Conversely, if you're using a bigger, more punishing power type of running back, those same exact moves by pushing up on the right analog stick will allow similar truck stick moves to last year's game. For this year, for the very first time, you can play from any specific position on either side of the ball, either an offensive position or a defensive position, and all of your camera views and your experiences and your gameplay experience will change tremendously based on that position. So if you want to play as a wide receiver or a tight end, or conversely, for the first time, you'll be able to view the action from the defensive side of the ball. So if you want to play it as a cornerback, as a middle linebacker, as a defensive tackle, you can choose to do that, and that will really affect how your gameplay experience plays out. In terms of being able to play an offensive lineman position in NFL Superstar Hall of Fame mode, it's a really unique experience and brings you down into the trenches and the hand-to-hand combat that takes place and that you now experience from playing that position. So all of the camera views and being able to fight those battles in the trenches, use your controls to either turn your defenders and open up the running hole. So for example, while you're not necessarily getting the personal glory, you're seeing your running back pile up the yardage because he's able to rip off big runs as a result of the successful blocking that you're doing in the trench. So in terms of gauging your progress and your accomplishments in NFL Superstar Hall of Fame mode, this year your goal is to get to the NFL Hall of Fame and immortalize yourself in the hall at your respective position. So as you build your career, you also build your user influence. So the better you play on the field, the more you are rewarded with user influence. So you can use these points to assign to make yourself better and play and perform better in a game and throughout the season and throughout your career, or you can use these user influence points and these attributes to make your teammates play better as a team, as a cohesive unit, or conversely to rattle your opponents as well, make the quarterback shake in his boots per se, if you're playing as a defensive skill position. I think in terms of Madden current gen, another new feature is for the first time in Madden we have team-specific defensive playbooks. So rather than the same 4-3, 3-4 nickel dime schemes that you have seen in previous versions of Madden, we now have defensive playbooks specific to all NFL teams. So Madden NFL 07 will be on store shelves this August 15th, available on PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube.